Apologies, I didn't have any rights to any photos of Herndon's Dairy, so I'm going to have to rely on stock footage for this video. There was a time in Aiken County when dairies dotted the countryside, 12 to 15 of them, all working sun up to sundown to keep fresh milk on local tables. But among them, one stood out, not because it was the biggest, but because it was the most beloved. This is the story of Herndon's Dairy. Caleb Nick Herndon Sr. was 38 years old when he gave up what he called the good life in Augusta, Georgia. He had a crazy notion, his words, to buy a farm. He had never milked a cow in his life, and a friend had to show him how. But that crazy notion turned into a family legacy. Herndon's Dairy was home to all red and white Guernsey cattle, known for producing richer, higher quality milk. While store brands were selling 3.2% milk fat, Mr. Herndon sold 5.2%. He said the store milk wasn't competition at all. People didn't just buy milk from Herndon's, they drove to the dairy from all over to get it. Herndon's delivered milk across Aiken and Horse Creek Valley. Over 600 customers depended on them. And with only one truck, Caleb Bo Herndon Jr. ran 10 to 12-hour delivery days every day. Bo would drop off your milk order and pick up your empty glass bottles, and those quart bottles were sterilized daily and reused for the next milking. Nothing wasted, everything done with care. Everyone remembers peeling off the foil milk caps to a thick, creamy layer of milk fat collected at the top of the bottle, and the chocolate milk was like none other. It was a family business. Mr. Nick had 2 sons to help him out. They never shut down. They did all their work on their own with no employees. Frank Herndon and Cherry, Frank bottled the milk. Caleb Bo Herndon Jr. and Daisy, Bo drove the milk truck. It was Frank's job to bottle the milk. They sold regular milk and chocolate milk. The chocolate milk was made by adding dry cocoa and sugar to pasteurized milk. The cows were trained. Every afternoon around 4 o'clock, the herd would come back to the barn on their own for milking. They milked 6 cows at a time. The cows knew what it meant when they heard those glass bottles clinking on the conveyor belt. It functioned like a cowbell. Now, speaking of trained, did you ever go fishing in Herndon's pond? You'd turn off Herndon Dairy Road onto a rutted dirt driveway, drive down to the house, and leave your name and $2 in the old mailbox. And then you'd follow the dirt road down to the pond, where a little dock waited for you. Miss Ann remembers going out there as a teenager, catching a mess of fish and frying them up right there on the spot. But me, I never caught a thing. We called them educated fish, or as some of us say in the valley, Edumacated. Herndon's Dairy closed in 1986. The property was eventually sold, and today a subdivision sits in the creek bottom on Herndon Dairy Road. But for those who remember, it was more than a dairy. It was a family's dream, a community's gathering place, and a piece of Aiken County history that still lives on in our stories. If you remember Herndon's Dairy, buying milk, fishing the pond, or hearing those bottles clink, share your memories below. These stories deserve to be kept alive.